It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight at Charlotte, as they'll be playing against Milwaukee. Well, for the Bucks,
bye, Ernie.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. Surprises here early in the season. A few teams outperforming expectations. What can they do to keep building on this momentum?
I think the coaching staff in these sort of instances, Kevin, maybe where you're out kicking your coverage a little bit, they've got to remind their team about, you know, the small steps that we need to take. Yes, we're doing this. Don't forget about doing these things or what we're doing offensively. But make sure that the reality of what the season represents, that they understand that, so their expectations don't get them too big-headed, so you have to reel them in.
Sounds like you're talking about staying with the fundamentals.
Well, the fundamentals can always help you, Kevin. And then also just continuity, making sure that each guy understands that you've done your role, continue to do your role, and the guys behind you are ready to go in case we start slipping.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Chris Bosh is out there with Howard. And it's Smith. Then there's Tyreke Evans. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. Nance, no good. Smith against Harden. Smith dishes to Evans. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And that bucket shows you how patient Evans can be. Lets the play develop and then confidently soars for the inside shot.
Screen by Valanciunas. And Nance kicks to Thomas. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That's good from Thomas. And a big story for the Bucks team is that they are slated to play their last season here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And then starting in 2018, they'll be playing next door at what should be a beautiful complex.
Yeah, and it was part of the plan to keep the Bucks happy and playing here in Milwaukee. Goal is to have the venue act as a new centerpiece for the downtown district, and it seems like a fantastic place to build a state-of-the-art NBA arena.
Parsons sets a screen for Valanciunas. He dishes it to Parsons. Nance a screen on Howard. Here's Parsons. No good off the back of the rim. For Charlotte, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. The 3 tips it, and Howard with the second chance points.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. You're in a great group.
Harden kicks to Thomas. Valanciunas inside. Covered by Wiggins. And there it is for him.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Smith outside on the wing, Evans. And Howard with the stop.
I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
In the corner, Nance with it. And the Nance slams it in.
And get a low, fat move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Fader on the way. Howard misses. Bucks trail by 3. Harden up top, off the pick. And again, it's Milwaukee converted.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Howard setting the pick for Smith. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Dwight Howard again. Howard's got 8 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Harden the pass to Thomas. Valanciunas with a screen on Evans. That ties the game. And that That's now 7 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job and challenging it.
Evans, that's a two-pointer. Tie game in Milwaukee. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a...
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does.
Sure.
But inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
And just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Yeah, fans always have in the back of the mind the idea of those hometown calls, but the truth is the aggressiveness is paying off.
Chandler Parsons out there with Nance. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Harden. And it's Thomas in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Evans kicks to Bosh. Back to Evans. 5 to shoot. Howard setting the pick for Evans. A three-pointer, no good.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Thomas kicks to Valanciunas. He feeds it to Parsons. The three from Thomas. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. That's 12 points for Isaiah Thomas. Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Nance a screen. Smith against Harden. The dish to Valanciunas. Over Wiggins. No good from Valanciunas. Charlotte trails by 5. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Milwaukee's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. There's the pick. Thomas kicks to Parsons. Bosh grabs the miss. Bosh has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Evans. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Harden outside. Launches it. Milwaukee. No good that time either. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Evans against Thomas. Evans outside. Bosh a screen on Nance. Evans kicks to Bosh. No good. That would have tied it. There's Valanciunas. Parsons outside. The 10-footer. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome back,
Halftime
everybody.
Show.
It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team, not by very much. And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
And it's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaac. Charlotte trails by 3. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. We've got Chris Bosh. Smith is out there with Evans. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That evens the score. Smith's got the first basket of the third quarter for Charlotte.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key. And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, and I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." Agreed. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Inside. Here's Wiggins, and he misses the go-ahead basket. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end-to-end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
The Bucks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Howard setting the pick for Smith. Kicks it to Howard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Howard's got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
I don't know how many times even Dwight Howard feels the contact down there, but it happens often. He converts despite it.
Harden kicks to Thomas. And the Bucks miss again. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. A three-pointer, Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing. For Milwaukee, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Thomas dishes to Harden. Thomas kicks to Valanciunas. Parsons with a screen on Howard. Lock at 6. Right wing. Tries from 16. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Thomas got 14 points.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there. The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Nance a screen. Harden kicks to Parsons. To the inside. Basket counts. Nance has got his second bucket of the night.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
They set the pick. Howard in the post. Covered by Parsons. Howard can't hit.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
Here's Harden.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
It's a beautiful jam.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. Now here's Valanciunas. Passes to Harden. Count it, good. And now a 5-point Bucks lead.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
And we've reached the end of the third. Milwaukee on top, up by 5. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Bucks leading by 5. We've got Chandler Parsons. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Larry Nance. Then it's Thomas. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
And there are some games where Dwight just dominates the interior without much effort. He fills it up close to the basket, this time doing it in a hurry.
Thomas passes to Harden. Nance a screen. Bosh against Harden. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
2 shots. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Howard setting the pick for Smith. To the middle. Here's Bosh. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. That one misses for Bosh. Milwaukee leading by 5. Harden outside. Outside Thomas. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Here's Valanciunas. Off target from outside.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Bosh, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bosh has got 4 points this quarter.
Persistence from Bosh, keeping after the ball on the offensive glass and following it up with a nice putback.
Screened by Valanciunas. Valanciunas with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Harden. And it's good for 2. Harden's got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, they're having a tough time containing Harden here tonight. No surprise there.
Here's Evans, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And that one falls for Evans.
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
Harden dishes to Parsons. The quick look, no good that time. Charlotte trailing. It's Evans on the wing, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Harden against Smith. Harden, no good.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
It's Evans on the wing. tie it up. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Thomas. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Smith. Parsons' shot is off. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Howard kicks to Wiggins. And there's the feed to Smith. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And that's now 9 points for Dennis Smith.
And I tell you what, Smith takes over on those important possessions, always calm and confident with the ball, and this guy embraces the big moments.
Thomas against Evans. Smith right side. Back to Evans. There's the pass to Howard. Bosh, the screen. From the baseline. The putback. Count.
And Howard doing a great job showing his ability to score in a critical situation.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 3. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened to what the head coach from Milwaukee was getting across to his team in the huddle. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And the explosive, athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 5. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They'd love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but they also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
And a lot of scoring here late, but there hasn't been any defense to speak of.
Yeah, it's amazing. As well as both sides' offenses have performed tonight, we've seen very little effort on the other end.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he is unable to get the second one. So for the Bucks, their last game, a loss to Indiana. From deep, Harden can't hit that one. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
So it's Charlotte picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd and...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
Harden with 57, Thomas with 42, Valanciunas with a triple-double, 12, 30, 12, Nance with 12, then Jonah Parsons with Kevin Love's stat line at 9 and 9. Dwight Howard, 42, 18. Dennis Smith Jr. after the first trade, 36 and 12. I can dig it with that shot selection. That's pretty good. Tyreek, I didn't do nothing wrong, coach. 3 for 10 with 30 points and 9 assists. But hey, let's talk about Bosch real quick. 12 points, 36 boards. Our first overall pick of the fantasy draft. Man, they lit up that paint. 11 for 13. Wow.